we come to the very interesting Karkarashi Valaya instrument on the back wall of the Mishra Yantra. You had some questions about that.
It's basically just the use of Karkarashi Valaya.
How exactly it is used and what's the method for its usage, what it is used for, and so on, right? So that instrument here, this is the back wall of the Mishra Yantra that we are seeing here. And in fact, maybe we get a perspective of this if we go to the beginning of our slideshow. That's the observatory, and that's the Mishra Yantra, and the Samrat Yantra, Jayaprakash and Ram Yantra here. So this is, we're calling this the back wall. We are entering the observatory this way, and the north is in this direction, south is in that direction. So this is a north facing wall that we have here. The what's known as the Karkarashi Valaya. So this is the back wall, and as you can see here, now here we are looking at the Mishra Yantra from the east, and this is the back wall, and here you can see that the wall is slightly tilted with respect to the vertical. So this is the direction north, so this is tilted towards the south. It's tilted by about 5 degrees towards the south. So why 5 degrees? So what happens is that when we are at Delhi, we are at a latitude of 28.5 degrees, and the Tropic of Cancer is at 23.5 degree north of the equator. So when we are at 28.5 degree and we tilt by 5 degrees, we are in some sense, tilting towards the Tropic of Cancer. There are specific times when this wall, which is tilted towards the Tropic of Cancer, could actually become in the plane. Not all the time, but at specific times. So when does that happen? What happens is that in the annual movement, that the sun moves northwards and southwards, when it goes to the maximum northward point that we have, as it starts moving towards north, this wall is lit actually. Before, when it is towards the south and so on, this is completely in shadow. As it starts moving towards the north, this wall is lit by the sun, and as it keeps moving northwards, there comes a time at the summer solstice that the sun shines just over the wall, and at the noon time on the summer solstice day, in fact, this wall then becomes parallel to the Tropic of Cancer. So there are specific times when it becomes parallel to the Tropic of Cancer, and in such times, so when this is now, if it is parallel to the Tropic of Cancer, there is a rod out here jutting out perpendicular to the wall, and the shadow of this rod in fact swings around this in close to the summer solstice. This wall in fact indicates the arrival of the sun to the summer solstice, and by measuring the movement of the sun here, we can actually measure the position of the sun in certain quantities which are called the ecliptic coordinates. Now when we look at any object in the sky, we might measure its position with respect to some coordinate frame. So one of the coordinate frames uses two arcs in the sky. There is one arc which is formed by the equator. You throw up the equator into the sky, you get the celestial equator. You look at the annual path of the sun in the sky, which is called the ecliptic. So this ecliptic and the equator, they are kind of they are arcs, intersecting arcs. So they intersect at 2 points. The arc here and the arc there, they intersect at 2 points. These points are called the equinoxes. When the sun is on these equinox and these points, it's when we have the equinox, and then the sun moves maximum southwards and maximum northwards and so on from this position. Now if we take one of these points of intersection and move along the celestial equator, these are the standard astronomical coordinates wherein you measure things like the declination and the right ascension with respect to the celestial equator. But with respect to the ecliptic, if you measure, alternately you could measure with respect to the ecliptic. And in Indian astronomy, coordinates measured along the ecliptic have always been important. So to measure coordinates along the ecliptic, you need in some way coordinates which are getting reflected parallel to the ecliptic. So on the day of the summer solstice, as I said, when the sun hits the noon time, that's when this is parallel to the ecliptic. And there are other times also, at times, night times, when this would become parallel to the ecliptic, and by placing the eye on this scale and looking against this rod at a star in the sky, one would be able to measure what is called the celestial latitude and longitude, or ecliptic latitude and longitude of these objects. So the one of these quantities is measured along this arc, and the other quantity would be measured with though the Karka Valaya can only be measuring the quantity parallel to the ecliptic.
Okay.
So the ecliptic along the ecliptic, we measure the quantity ecliptic longitude, and so that is what will be measured on this arc, and it's a very fine, and this is one of the finest markings which are originally present on this instrument. So this can be measured. For the sun too, you can measure it on that day, on the summer solstice day. We did this exercise throughout summer, 2 summers in fact. So you can see that that's the shadow of the rod falling. We stretch the rope across it, and students measure this. Since the markings were not there, so we kind of made some temporary, not all the markings are present, so we made temporary templates and measured this throughout the day to detect. Basically this was done to look at the state of the instrument at this stage and so on. So this is a unique instrument in one sense.